Let's take a look at the garden. Pumpkins are getting ripe. It's early, but we use the pumpkins to make dog cookies, biscuits for the dog, rather than buying from the store. And they're everywhere in this mess. All of them turning nice and orange. And as we pan around over here, that's the spaghetti squash. It's turning yellow. Does have some sunburn on it, so I don't know. We've had some really hot days. But hopefully it'll be good. And up over here, we have a lot of chili plants. We have some jalapenos, poblanos, and I just picked the cucumbers. Those are cucumber vines. These are cucumber vines. Lots of cucumbers. Tomatoes over there. How are you all doing today? It's overcast here, August 6th. Let's see if we can go down and look at the chickens. The babies are getting really big. I think the camera's focusing on the gate. Let's walk inside. Gave them a pumpkin. Seems that they do like it. Mr. Rooster, can you say hello to Sylvia? Looks like they all like the pumpkin. Let's go take a look at my okra. This is butternut squash. I have butternut squash in a couple locations. It's doing really well. And it will last, once it's picked, in the pantry all winter long. So we'll have butternut squash baked in soups. And there's some okra. This is what I'd call my fall garden. That's a brand new zucchini plant. Another one has a bloom on it, but we don't have zucchinis on these two plants yet. And yeah, Crazy Geri has planted more pumpkins. There's another pumpkin down there. And over here, we have more okra plants. Don't see any blooms on them yet, but they like the sun, and they're getting plenty of sun. And in amongst them, we have a sunflower. The other sunflowers, they've pretty much given up the ghost. And my morning glories making a beautiful backdrop. So lovely. Pan over here. Both crepe myrtles are blooming now, and they sure are pretty. Let's take a look at the watermelon. This watermelon is enormous. I don't know if I put my hand on it. Can you see how big it is? It's huge. And I have about 4 of them. And this one, it started growing on the ledge and it's stuck in the wire fencing. It'll be okay though. And yes, another pumpkin. I'm crazy for pumpkins. I picked cucumbers yesterday, and then I came out here this morning and I found some enormous ones. So I picked them and took them in the house already. I think I'll make bread and butter pickles. There is a small cucumber right there. I'll pick that in a couple of days. Of course, it may only take 1 or 2 days to become enormous. And I pick them every day, and somehow they just get away from me. This is another kind of cucumber. I believe it's called an Armenian. And I picked 2 of those today, but I thought there was one more hanging in here that I'll save for tomorrow. Well, yes, it's on the other side. Let's walk through the other side. You're getting a lot of leaves, aren't you? There they are. Here's a little tiny one, and back in there is a bigger one. A couple of days on those. One down in there too. I do need to take off the old leaves. Here I have yellow squash, and it is just producing like mad. I'm so very happy. And it appears there's a tiny spaghetti squash in there. And over here we have tomatoes. These are pear tomatoes, and I need to stake them up a little more. Picked tomatoes yesterday. That's rhubarb. I've made Robert 2 pies, and I've also cut rhubarb, and it's in the freezer. Cut this basil plant way back, but like I said, it's overcast today, so the bees are not out yet. Oh, something's digging up the ground there. Hopefully it won't eat my pumpkins. You know how I like my pumpkins. Let's walk around over here. This little tiny plant is called a Geri melon. It's very tiny, so I don't know if we'll get anything off of it or not. And over here, these, if I'm not mistaken, this is where I planted some cantaloupe, and I saw one in there yesterday. I don't know where it is today. Every day we have hundreds of more leaves, so it's hard to keep up with the plant, the fruit it's producing. And this is a zucchini. It has one little tiny one down there. Some blooms on it, which is really good. Beautiful zinnias. More butternut squash. And in this bed is my sweet potato. First time I've ever grown them. Let's go down and look at the other garden. There we go. This is tomato plant. Very big. Picked lots of tomatoes off of it. They're nice and delicious. We have a red one down in here. There it is. Pick it in a day or two. I just picked one off of here yesterday. Another one there. Nice big plant. And if I go around here, well, I guess I better go the other way. I have so much stuff in the way. That is a cantaloupe. And there is another cantaloupe. Hopefully we'll get cantaloupes. And this is a pineapple. I bought pineapple and I cut the heads off and put it in the ground, and they're actually growing. It takes about a year. There's 2 more of them. Crazy mint that it just goes crazy in here. This is my horseradish. Not sure when I harvest it, but we'll figure that out, won't we? Now we're going to go around to the grapevine. This is Concord grapevine. Been in the ground about 15 years, and there are grapes on it. We used to have a dog who loved to eat the grapes. He would come out here when I was picking them, and he'd pick them and eat them. And I know people say that dogs shouldn't eat grapes. Never hurt him, never made him sick. Well, the corn is done. And we have more tomatoes over here. green beans. This is another type of cucumber. It's called a lemon cucumber. They're round, kind of yellow. Don't taste anything like lemons, but they're cucumbers. And yes, I have more butternut squash. Lots and lots of butternut squash. Bell pepper plant. This bell pepper plant actually finally has a pepper on it. So excited because I planted these by seed, so I didn't know if they would come up or not. Look at that beautiful tomato. Got a lot of tomatoes out here. Yesterday I came out here and I picked these pear tomatoes. There you go, you see it? And I picked 3 of them and I just ate them right out here in the garden. They're delicious. They're very mild. Another tomato plant that's just getting bigger and bigger. We have more yellow squash over here. It really is done well this year. Very, very good. Lots and lots of them. I just picked some yesterday. Looks like I'm going to have to get out of the way, leaf. Pick again today because the plant is full. Not having that good of luck. Oh, another one with the zucchini. Wish. Look at that. We'll be shining on it. Can't tell how yellow it is. The light's on it, so makes it look white. It's actually yellow. And we have more over there. This is zucchini. And, oh, get out of the way. Look at that. We'll be having zucchini for dinner. I'm excited. This is tomatillos. Now, I was told you have to have 2 so that they will pollinate. It's full of blooms, but I don't know. I don't have 2. I planted one and something ate it. Planted it again and something ate it. And this is another cucumber plant, a different one. I already picked 3 off of it. I don't see any more right now, but it does have a lot of blooms, and I have a lot of bees. Pretty little tiny zinnias. And that tomato plant just came up all by itself, so I'm not really sure what it is. And the pomegranate tree, I have 2 of them, has pomegranates, but not as many as last year, and that's okay. They get ripe in about August, September, if the heat doesn't come and burn them. This is my original okra. It got shaded out by the corn, so I picked 4. But 4 is not really enough to cook, so I freeze them, waiting for more. Well, I hope you're having a great day. It's a beautiful day to work in the garden. Been out here since about 7 a.m. this morning. So, you have a blessed day. This is Geri from Geri's Garden Gifts in Rainbow. Bye now.